Hey y'all, quick video. I was sitting down and I was sitting like looking up at the stars out here, and um, I I was just kind of talking to God and stuff, and kind of going through like I don't know, spiritual warfare or whatever, but I God kind of speaks in ways that you won't expect. I was not really expecting, an answer just by sitting down, but I was sitting down and looking at the stars, and I noticed one in particular that was standing out to me, and you can't see it over there, but it's like one star, but it's like it's crazy because I see like these different colors, like it's like changing colors and stuff. It's kind of weird. I never seen it like that before. It's like red, green, white. Like I see these very bright colors, like they're changing. And one thing I learned about that is that when the stars are so far away, we're seeing what happened. I don't know, like the light's reaching our eyes now, but it happened like years and years, or however far it is, like months or whatever. It happened. What we're seeing, what happened previously, but it's reaching us now because that's what we're seeing, from the distance that we're at. If that makes sense. And God's I was sitting there, and what was crazy about it was like I was not moving, just sitting in one spot, like on the ground, and I saw that the star, moved a little bit because of the earth. It's the earth's moving, and so therefore, like, my position didn't change, but I'm on a field, or I'm on in the world. I'm on I guess you can call it an orb, or whatever, which is moving, right? And the God was telling me that I don't have to move because of what I'm standing on, or where I'm at, or like God in relation to this story is that God is the earth, and He's moving, and if I'm just sitting there, I saw 3:08 on the clock. I don't know if that means anything, just saying that, but He's moving, even if I'm not moving. So I'm sitting down, and I notice things change, things move, situations, or things in my life that I need help with, or like whatever the case may be. Um, my I basically see like that I don't have to move, but God's moving on my behalf, and God is that I don't want to say conduit, but He's like that. He's that. He's that instrument. I don't want to even really say instrument, but that's the one thing I think of. He's like that instrument, that tool that does the work, I guess you could say, for us. We just have to be patient and rest and wait sometimes, which is like part of it, right? Sometimes we have to do things, certain tasks or whatever, but God does move behind the scenes, and I'm thinking of like the book of Timothy, but I don't know exactly which verse in Timothy would go with that, but I'm hearing like Timothy like 1:8 or 8 or something like that. I don't actually know off the top of my head what that says, but I have no idea. But anyway, I just, God teaches lessons in simple things sometimes. It was cool because the way I was sitting, actually, like the tree, the star and the tree were kind of aligned when I looked over, and it looks like the tree looks like a slingshot kind of, which is funny. It was like the star was in the middle of the tree, and basically God's gonna slingshot, you know. I guess you could say. I guess the star would resemble maybe something distant, something that's not that hasn't been reached yet. But he's gonna slingshot that into your life, He's gonna slingshot the promise or the blessings or the help you need. He's gonna slingshot it in your life. Like God's, far away, but He's close. But He can sling. If God were to slingshot something, it would be going like a billion miles an hour, So, but yeah, I think that's what God was telling me. It's amazing how God can speak sometimes and use things that He created to kind of give us a message in different parts of our lives. But man, yeah, just it's been an interesting journey. It's like sometimes it feels like it's very difficult, and it feels like too much sometimes, but it's not going to always feel like that. That's something that I kind of get into. I get into kind of like Cell 720. Cell 720. I haven't seen that, so I don't know if that means something to somebody. Maybe, but I kind of catastrophize, everything. I'm like, oh man, things are gonna be like this forever, But that's not true. It's just it can feel like that. But I'm trying to have faith and keep going. Keep moving. I can't give up, nor would I. It's just it gets hard sometimes, but God does work with you in the hard things, in the pain sometimes. God does work through it. God does slow us down when we need it, and that's actually pretty important to me because I don't like to be overburdened. I know God says, His yoke is easy and His burden is light, and that's something that I try to seek and look for throughout life, because life's more than peace, or having peace is very important to me. And yeah, so I think that's it. I'm just trying to be honest and stuff. I haven't been making videos very often, but I'm trying to get more, get better at that. I'm trying to, a lot goes on in my head, so it's hard to kind of be fully in tune and balanced with certain things in my life, because kind of feels like a lot's going on mentally. So basically, yeah, just pray for me. I'll be praying for y'all, and thank you all for watching. I hope that it's helpful, and I just thank the Lord because He actually still uses me despite all my failures, my weaknesses, and just everything. Just man, it's cool and it's amazing. You know, if you're going through a hard time, it doesn't. You know, the storm does not last forever. You know, it just doesn't. So you just gotta trust God with that. Trust God with it. With that, whatever you're going through, and yeah, I think that's it. So, all right, God bless you. Peace.